Hey guys, welcome back to Collection TV for another installment of my thoughts on the Disney Plus Cars shorts from the new Pixar Popcorn series. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to this channel by taking the card up above because I'm going to continue posting videos just like this in regards to future projects from Disney Pixar Cars, such as the Disney Plus Cars series coming out next year. So today we got to see the two brand new Cars short films along with other short films from Pixar IPs, and I've got to say I was shocked by what I saw. This video will contain spoilers starting now. Click away if you don't want to be spoiled. And keep in mind that Disney Plus does not allow screenshotting, so I won't be able to show you any new clips other than what was officially released. First of all, Dancing with the Cars and Unparalleled Parking take more time to say than it takes to watch the shorts themselves, but nonetheless I want to defend these shorts from complete hate. These were not horrible, and I would honestly say they were better than Miss Fritter's Racing School because they both take place in Radiator Springs. That being said, there are some obvious cons. Number one, there is no dialogue in either short, nor any of the Pixar Popcorn shorts aside from the Ducky and Bunny ones. This is so frustrating because we were so hyped to see the Radiator Springs residents getting starring roles again, after a long time of being pushed to the sidelines. My complaint is not that there is no dialogue, but instead my problem is that Pixar never promoted it as being silent shorts in their trailers or announcements, which in my opinion would have made a better marketing strategy. Silent shorts make a neat concept, but nowhere did they give any hint that they would be silent. So because of the marketing, my opinion of these shorts is very, very low. Additionally, including Miss Fritter in Unparalleled Parking was so unnecessary. It made no sense that Miss Fritter, the monster school bus from Thunder Hollow on the East Coast, appeared in Radiator Springs on the opposite side of the country with no reason or explanation. Similarly, the four yellow pitties in Dancing with the Cars get their own dance routine, but again have no reason for existing in the first place. Many speculated that they might be Cruz Ramirez's pitties, although I thought they might be judges or choreographers, and maybe they are. We have no way of knowing. Speaking of Cruz Ramirez, she's missing from both of these shorts. I will admit that I was kinda hoping she wouldn't be in the shorts, mainly because Cruz usually gets in the way of things by saying annoying things that have no relevance to Cars, but since these shorts are silent, they would have been the perfect places to include her as she wouldn't be saying anything. Besides, if Miss Fritter, four random pitties, and Chick Hicks can be in Radiator Springs with no context, I think Cruz deserves to be there. Other nitpicky things are one of the Cozy Cones appears to be missing, cone number 9 says cone number 1 instead, Lizzie's curio shop now appears to be sitting on some kind of packed gravel instead of desert sand, the Cozy Cone Motel ZZZ neon lights don't blink, nor do Flo's V8 Café spark plugs at times, Sarge's and Fillmore's lights are randomly off for no apparent reason, Wimpy's wipers lights appear to be off in one shot but on in another, Flo seems to back into Sarge during her dance routine, McQueen is in his Cars 3 paint job, which may or may not make sense, we don't really know, Flo is missing from a group shot and Unparalleled Parking altogether, Ramone is back in his purple paint job for both shorts, there is now grass around the Cozy Cone lobby that used to be dirt, Lizzie backs up and disappears in one scene, and probably other things I haven't noticed yet. One final complaint is that in the Pixar Popcorn series, Soul of the City and Cookie Num Num somewhat explain why no one speaks in them, but in the Cars shorts there is no explanation as Unparalleled Parking takes place in broad daylight with plenty of cars in it. I will admit that Dancing with the Cars is fitting to lack dialogue as it is focusing on music and dance, but there should at least be one or two opening lines to explain why they're dancing. This is mainly an observation, but also a complaint. Radiator Springs appears to be vacant once again, which proves that Cars 3 seem to suggest that the town is not very popular anymore. There is still no known reason for this, but some defended Cars 3's error by pointing out that the times of day or season could have affected the amount of customers in town. Now let's talk about the positives of these shorts. You may not believe me, but there are quite a few good things about these shorts. Number 1, the animation in these shorts is extremely well done, particularly the lighting, which is much improved from Cars 3. Radiator Springs looks much better than it did in Cars 3, which I really do appreciate. There are also more interesting Radiator Springs shots and angles than there were in the entire Cars 3. Also, some may not like this, but Chick Hicks randomly returns in Unparalleled Parking. Although it doesn't make much sense, it is nice to see him once again, and since there are no voice actors, he feels more in character than he did in Cars 3, as Bob Peterson's portrayal was not well received. Now he feels like the older version, as if he had Michael Keaton's voice, but in his Cars 3 livery. Additionally, the characters all seem in character for the most part, judging by their movements and facial expressions. Speaking of their movements, did you notice that the cars move more freely again, kind of like they did in the first Cars film? In Cars 2 and Cars 3, they made the cars lose a lot of their posability and made them stiffer to simulate realistic car movements. And while I do like realism, I also like a mix of realism and creativity in the first Cars film. It's nice to see that again. The lack of dialogue allows the viewers to listen to the engine sound effects as well as the music, which are pretty decent sounding. The last pro about these shorts is that the lack of dialogue gave Pixar a way to bring some characters back to life that had deceased voice actors or voice actors who didn't want to reprise their roles. For example, sometimes Owen Wilson is replaced by Keith Ferguson as the voice of Lightning McQueen. This way they didn't need to do that. Chick is another example. Lizzie, Fillmore, and Red have voice actors who have passed away, so their characters, who were either recasted or brought back using archived recordings, have not been as lively since their actors' deaths. It was great to see them back in the spotlight once again. So in summary, these shorts were good, but Disney and Pixar's marketing of these shorts was extremely misleading, and I will admit that it gives me a bad opinion on these shorts, which will likely remain permanent. I also think these shorts had countless missed opportunities. My expectations were very low as I continued to caution people to be cautiously optimistic, but I did have some ideas that I'm surprised didn't make it in. Most notably why DJ was absent from Dancing with the Cars, as he has the ability to play music. His role was instead given to a jukebox, which fits the theme of Flo's VA Café. I wasn't expecting him to return because I thought it would be a challenge to get his voice actor to return for the role, but since there was no dialogue in these shorts, it would have been the perfect opportunity to use DJ in it. I also feel like if they used Cars 1 or Radiator Springs McQueen and got rid of Miss Fritter, they could have had the shorts take place during the Cars 1 era and included Doc, who also has a voice actor who has sadly passed away. You may have noticed that in this video I have made a lot of comparisons between Unparalleled Parking, Dancing with the Cars, and Cars 3. And that is because these shorts feel very specific to the Cars 3 era. Cars 3 McQueen, Miss Fritter, Cars 3 Chick, no customers, no new Ramone paint jobs, no dialogue. It feels very similar to Cars 3, but the townies have a slightly bigger role and are more in character. So now that the shorts are out, make sure you check them out for yourself and tell me in the comment section below what you think of them. Despite the flaws, I think they are decent, but Pixar totally clickbaited us as the trailers showed Ducky and Bunny talking in them. Click the video on the right hand side of your screen to take you to my video where I tried to predict what Dancing with the Cars would be like, and you can see for yourself if you prefer their version or my version. Make sure you tell me in the comment section below. Please subscribe to this channel, Cool Action TV, for more Disney Pixar Cars content. Thanks for watching.